Hey everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make a book with a gusset spine to it. That's the one that I prefer to use whenever I'm doing something I know I'm going to have bigger pages to, thicker pages, pop-ups. They take up some room, so we need to make sure that our spine is going to be able to accommodate this with our book. Now, for time's sake, I do have one already halfway made that we'll switch over to in a minute, but I'm going to show you how I make this. Now we're going to make a small one. Um, Fortunately for me, my work family knows that I love me a piece of cardboard. So they save me anything that they think I can use. And these little guys here come in some of our packages and they're already pre-cut, perfect little pieces. They're like, let's see how long they are. I can't even remember now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're like 4 and 1/4 by 4 and 1/4. So that's the size that we're going to be doing. So I've taken a piece of paper here that is the 12 inches, and you want it to be a little smaller so that it will fit inside your book neatly. So I've made it the 12 by 3 3/4, I think. Y'all, I can't remember. Let's see. Yeah, 3 3/4. Yes. 3 3/4. So what we're going to do, we're going to make, I've got glue on my hands from making the other, sorry. What we're going to do, we're going to make our gusset now. I have a scoreboard here. It came with a little bone folder and creasing tool that fits right into the grooves in this board itself. So I like to use what they sent with it. So what you're going to do, you're going to have to make 5 scores for one page. So we're going to start. I've actually made a little point here. You're going to leave some space without having any of the lines because we want to be able to attach it to our cover. So we're going to start right here. I've made a line. I'll make sure that I'm even there. Okay. So we're going to make our first line right here. Hold on to it and go with him. Okay. So there's our first line. Now, before you go any further, make another line right beside it. You can go on either side. It really doesn't matter. They're pretty forgiving. This is going to be where you've only got one space in between it. And it's going to give you a little bit of flex there as you're putting your book together. I like to leave that little tiny piece there. Okay, so we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4. This will make a good size in our crease. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there. This is actually just for one page. You'll see the madness in a minute. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can make these as small or large as you want. If you're just beginning to make them, I would suggest making them just a tiny bit bigger like this. It gives you more room to be able to fold them. As you get used to making them, make them smaller if you want to. But the length here depends on how wide your papers are going to be from each other. So our paper is going to be this wide between each page. Okay. 2, 3, 4. We'll go ahead and make 2 pages and then we'll show you how to do. 2, 3, 4. All right, so we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Okay, here's our 10. Let's just start with that. Get this board out of the way. Okay, so the paper that I'm using right now is kind of thick. You do want it good and thick because it's going to be, the base of your book, basically, and you want it to be good material. You don't want flimsy paper in there that's going to tear and lose your papers and all your hard work. So I'm going to start by creasing that first little place that we've got here. And it, like I said, it is tiny, but he's very important, and I'll show you why in just a minute. So we're going to crease him. I'm going to come back in and try to crease the line right beside him there. You have to roll it a little, crease him down. Okay, so now we've got a little tiny place here that will give us a little give. Okay, so what I do with this, because it's a good thick paper, but it's flexible. So I'm just going to go and just crease everything just to get it moving. Don't necessarily have to try to shape it as you're creasing. Let's just get it to where it'll fold for us. Okay, so we've got it to where it's kind of flimsy now. Okay, so our first one, we're going to leave this spot. You're going to come to your third. You're going to fold. That kind of looks like a heartbeat. You've got a space. You've got a mountain, and you're going to have a space. You're going to come over. You're going to skip this line, come to your next line. Lay it down, pinch him, fold, fold. Now you've got 2 pages. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead, and I'm going to get my glue out here. We'll glue these 2 down just so that you can see. I stored upside down, so it will come out kind of quick on me here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue them both. Okay. Now, I pinch this shut. And then come back, and you're going to pinch on this one too. So if you find, see how this is coming apart, hold it for a few seconds. If you don't think that's enough, get you a little clothespin. I keep little clothespins here for this type of thing. This is what you're going to end up with. You see how we've got a gusset now? This is going to lay up against your cover. This is for your page. Now, like I said, if you find that your glue is not holding good enough, get some of these little clothespins from the dollar store, clip him on. Let him dry, put one on this side, and you can keep going. If you've got a bigger book that you want wider, you will, not glue all of them at one time. So you can glue some, use your pen, go on to something else, come back, glue a couple more, use more pens, because you're going to run out of room here. But this one glues pretty quick. So this is what it looks like. Now, I went ahead, like I said, and finished the paper. So this is the same paper that we have here. This is the finished results after you get done with, you can see how it's coming along compared. So this paper will end up being this short because of all your little mountains. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to make a little Alice book with this one. So I went ahead and cut out and glued, Mod Podged all of my papers onto my little cardboard here, which is this guy. And I've taken a third piece that I cut down so that they're exactly the same size here that we'll use. Now, I've cut out paper because you can see this. This is going to be the opening. Whenever you open it, your front and back covers, you'll have this page here to cover up all of this. So what we're going to do first, we're going to decide which one's going to be the front cover and which one's going to be the back. I think I'm going to use this one as my front. So I'm going to lay it this way, excuse me, and I'll lay this one this way. Now, Your spine here, love the little, what was that one? The rocking horse. Gosh, can't even remember what it was called now. So cute. Anyway, so we're gonna and make sure that when you set them down, excuse me, that you're right side up. We're gonna put them together. We're gonna get some good glue. Now you can cover. Let's go ahead and cover this one. First of all, I am going to use some ink because I like to ink my edges of things. So we're just going to ink some edges on this. Okay. Now, we're going to glue this one in. Let's get our Mod Podge back out. And if I'm not using it, I'll wrap it up in a baggie. Keeps it soft. So I'm going to take some. And I'm going to go on the back side of this paper. And just put enough in. Now, I do this on the covers, not necessarily in my book. I use glue in the book, but this just kind of gets all of it at one time. So we're going to center this and cover it. And it's going to be mostly covered by our spine here, but if you can see some out of it, it's nice just to have a little bit of something there instead of maybe trying to see the cardboard. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we are going to put this up for right now and get our glue back out. Now, I use heavy duty glue on this because like I said before, it's the strength of your book. Go around all the edges. All through here. Yeah, please use a good strength. You don't want to do all this work and then your whole spine and everything fall out. That would be devastating. Now, lid on. Didn't come out on us. Okay. Now we're going to put this down. Get right back up there. We're going to set this down in the middle. Now try to find the middle. Kind of eyeball him there. And if you'll notice, your little ones that you used on the edge here, our little scores, are going to be in that crease. And it's going to give us mobility to move it. So there is that. Now, we've got all this to cover. This is where these little pages come in. We're going to be covering it just like this. So let's go ahead and ink up. A bit of glue on the front there. Ink it up. And if you wanted to, you could have inked up that, but I may end up putting some stuff around it through here, so I'm not even going to worry about it. So there's our one page. Messy there, it'll be fine. Okay, now I'm going to get my Mod Podge back out because I'm going to put it on the back side of that just to make sure that we get it over the whole thing. So I'm going to do it on the back of my paper. And this is thicker paper, so he'll handle the Mod Podge pretty well. Now, turn it right. We'll get him in here. That looks decent. Okay. Do our next one. And do the same thing over here. Perfectly fine to eyeball. If you want to get the ruler out, go ahead. Be fine. So now we're able to bend the book. And here he is. Now, you do see where I've got space here. I usually will put me some ribbon down through it. Not usually a big deal to me. I'll because I end up with ribbons and things of that nature on it. But here is what the gusset will look like. All right. Thanks for watching.